Workers' rights, fighting for fair taxation, fighting for the 99%. I give you the leader and the next Premier of Ontario, Andrew Horwath.
You here today with my MPPs, and I'm going to introduce you to each one of them. Michael Pearl, Beaches East York. Joby Song, Timmins James Bay. Sherry Hinogo, Parkdale High Park. Peter Chapman, Stafford, Rosario Marchese, Trinity Spadina. And Monique Taylor from my hometown, Hamilton Mountain. These are very challenging times, but I might be surprising you by saying that I actually am feeling a little bit optimistic. You know, around the world, people are saying that it is time for change. We've watched elections in France and in the US where people are asking whether or not the super rich are paying their fair share. People are questioning right now whether the endless rounds of corporate tax giveaways are actually creating jobs. Together, it is us. We are raising these issues, and the people of Ontario, the people of Canada, people around the world are responding. And you know, everyday people believe that we can do things differently, and that gives me hope. You know, when this budget was introduced, we saw a lot of things that we certainly did not like. This budget left workers behind. It left the people who are looking for work behind. It leaves people who are already struggling behind. It put the cost of cleaning up liberal messes like Orange and e-health on the backs of people who can least afford it. So I know you all agree with me that this budget is profoundly flawed. And I have to tell you something else. The path of easy, simple opposition to everything can be very, very tempting. But it is exactly what's turning people off of politics these days.
Hold it down.
And making them cynical about the possibility for real change. We're trying something a little bit harder this time. We're showing the people of this province that we're prepared to work to make the minority government work. But we're also showing them the sort of Ontario that we can build together. And we all know what that Ontario looks like. It's the kind of Ontario that recognizes that public goods are what we build together. Public goods that we put together are the only way that we can succeed as individuals. Now, since the recession began, the government has done two things that together make no sense whatsoever. Right? First, they admitted that legislated wage freezes simply don't work. Right? They said that those wage freezes proposed by people like Tim Hudak don't work. And then what did they do? They turned around and said that they were going to propose the exact same idea. Now, I've got to tell you, I didn't agree very much with what John Drummond had to say. But I did agree that legislative wage freezes don't save the government money, and they have no place in Ontario. Especially when we know that the Supreme Court of Canada has made it clear that it violates our Constitution, and they should remember that here in this legislature. You know, the desperate hunt for solutions that simply don't work is not making things better. There is no shortcut to respect. You cannot have collective bargaining table and actually bargain. And you know, in the last election, I ran to be premier of this province. And at that time I said before the election, and I'm going to say it again, we might not always agree on everything, but we can always sit across the table at the bargaining table and find a solution. I will always respect the work that you do. And I can go one further. I can promise you that I'm not going to send somebody out to a press conference to attack you, and I'm not going to go into my office, shut the curtains, lock the doors, and tape a YouTube video about you. Now, I've traveled across this province for many, many months now, for years. And I can tell you that I've met people from all walks of life, from all kinds of workplaces, from all kinds of backgrounds, and Ontario workers are the best workers in the entire world. You're dedicated, you're productive, you're smart, you're flexible, and you make this province work every single day. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I hope that there is not an election next week, but when it does come, people will definitely have a choice, and it will be a clear choice. Do we want more corporate tax giveaways that cost billions and billions of dollars? Or do we want smart investments that create jobs and prosperity in this Ontario market? Do we want to start closing daycares? Or do we want to ask a little more from our millionaires? Do we want to work with the people who make Ontario work, or do we want the same old antagonism that has failed time and time again? Now, I firmly believe, and my team believes, that Ontario will only prosper if Ontarians are prospering. Ontario will only do well if Ontario's people are doing well. That's the future that New Democrats believe in. I believe that that's the future that you all believe in, and I am looking forward to making it a reality with all of you and everybody else in this province. Thank you very much.